Most of our education, as far as our origin and where we come from, is confined to Black History Month. And I think that it's important to engage that conversation year-round.
Black history being taught year-round is one of the core concepts behind a local organization aimed at making sure this specific type of American history is better understood and never forgotten.
West 2 Summer Knowles joins us with how they are accomplishing just that. Summer.
Well, the name of it is the Black History Project, and it has been a resource for a lot of frustrated parents and teachers who kind of feel caught in the middle of a political battle since the state's new and controversial Black history standards and guidelines were announced last year.
Okay, and this was back in the...
Smiles, laughter, learning.
We were founded in 2015 before there was this intentional attack on Black history in the state.
Amidst the politicized status of Black history in Florida public school curriculum, an alternative of sorts or supplement already in the works, already up and running. An organization aimed at empowering youth through interactive Black history education.
I'm so excited that we're all going to be here today learning more about Black history.
It's called the Black History Project.
Our organization advocates for adequate teaching of Black history within the public school curriculum.
But Black History Project founder Kristen Fulwiley says when it's inadequate, that's where their curriculum comes in. With lessons happening all kinds of places, of course in local classrooms, but also from the historic Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, and from the nation's first comprehensive memorial dedicated to the legacy of Black Americans who were lynched.
So the narrative that's been put forth in the curriculum that's used in the state of Florida right now, it's not really the true narrative of African American history.
Black History Project teacher Reverend Dr. Robert M. Spooney.
Young people need to understand what slavery is and what enslavement is and the impact of that.
I joined Black History Project because I felt that the Black history curriculum, African American history, should be taught all year long.
How does it differ from what you're maybe taught in school?
So what you're taught in school is just like the basics. Like everybody knows, okay, Rosa Parks was the first Black woman to, refuse to get up out her seat, but really it was another woman.
That woman, actually just a teenager, 15-year-old Claudette Colvin, who many have never even heard of before. It's just one small example of a small nugget of history that hints at something much larger, the power of young people's knowledge, sacrifice, and involvement in fighting for and getting positive change.
They wouldn't talk about that in a district level. They may not also talk about the Black Panther Party in detail, more on a positive light. They may give them more of a negative light.
But with the Black History Project, wide-ranging, in-depth, yet nuanced lessons abound.
It teaches us self-confidence. We have connections to the stories of resilience and perseverance.
These things need to be taught so that we can have a sense of history, so that we know that we belong in this country.
It makes me feel like more aware and more safe knowing that people know what happened.
I feel grateful. I feel knowledgeable because now I'm knowing things that I haven't learned ever.
I just fell in love with it.
Now, hundreds of students have already fully participated in the Black History Project curriculum. If it sounds like something you are interested in for yourself or your student, it's just a call or email away. We have all of that information available on our website at wesh.com. Guys?
Important topics there, Summer. Thank you so much.